Alright, today's episode is going to be about Dark Lords of the Sith Part 2. Now, there's only 3 in this episode, there's not an awful lot. Well, anyways, the first one we're going to be talking about is Marka Ragnos, a powerful Dark Lord of the Sith who ruled the Sith Empire for a century until his death some 5,000 years before the Battle of Yavin. His corpse was interred in the Chirac caves on the planet Korriban, which served as a burial world for the ancient Sith. Soon after his demise, his ghostly visage appeared before Ludo Kresh and Nagasado, who were engaged in a duel to determine who would succeed Ragnos. The spirit urged the two aspiring Dark Lords to make peace in order to advance the Sith Empire. 1,000 years later, the spirit of Marka Ragnos and several other Sith Lords appeared before Ulic Queldroma and Exar Kun during the Great Sith War. Ragnos, the reigning Dark Lord of the Sith, bestowed the prestigious title upon Kun, while Queldroma was chosen to be Kun's first and foremost apprentice. The ephemeral form of Ragnos emblazoned marks of the Sith on their foreheads. In the time of the New Republic, a decade after the Battle of Endor, the Dark Jedi Tavian Aximus acquired the Scepter of Ragnos, an archaeological relic, and used it in an effort to resurrect the Dark Lord spirit. Her cult, the Disciplines of Ragnos, nearly succeeded on Korriban, but they were defeated by Jaden Kor. Well, anyways, this man is really cool, and I think he looks amazing. Well, anyways, on to the next one. Alright, next up we have Keller, who is also a Sith Lord. Alright, let's read about him. Alright. Formerly known as Darth Queller, was an extremely talented student of Luke Skywalker on Yavin 4, but he always possessed a certain darkness. He did not stay at the Jedi Academy long enough either to develop his Force talents or to dispel his darkness, and he became known as Queller once he left the Academy and accepted the dark side fully. As a youth, he witnessed the aftermath of the brutal deaths of his parents at the hands of the Jehar on Alemania. Thereafter, he swore revenge on the Alemanian rulers as well as on the New Republic, which he believed had blindly ignored the atrocities committed by the Jehar. Queller used the planet Fatwana as a base of operations before launching his plans against Alemania. He attacked the Jehar and destroyed them, becoming self-proclaimed master of Alemania. Using the Great Dome of the Jehar as his headquarters, Queller wore a Hendayan death mask to hide his boyish face and silvery hair. Only seen in museums, this ceremonial mask molded itself into the skin of the wearer. Queller's mask was white with black accents and held tiny jewels in the corners of the eye slits. Queller worked with a group of smugglers and smugglers run to buy Imperial equipment which he had Brachus, the administrator of the droid manufacturing factories on Teltay, and another former student of Skywalker, using construction droids and incorporated an explosive device. Queller then used these rigged droids to detonate massive explosions on the Almanian moons of Pidder and Aumesh, and even in Senate Hall on Coruscant itself. Queller's plans also included rigging the New Republic's new model X-Wing fighter with an explosive detonator, thereby eliminating the New Republic's most talented pilots. The plot was uncovered by Cole Fardreamer, R2-D2 and C-3PO. Queller then lured Luke Skywalker to Almania and sent a hollow-coded message to Chief of State Leia Organa Solo, threatening to kill Skywalker if she did not resign and turn over the reins of power. Leia did resign and went off in search of her brother. Together, Luke and Leia faced down Queller, and when his dark side powers were curtailed by several Ysalamari that Han Solo brought to Almania, Leia killed Queller with a blaster shot to the head. So Queller is a pretty cool guy, I would say. He was very evil, and yeah, thankfully none of his other plans happened, but still, he was a pretty cool dude. Like, a pretty cool Sith Lord. Well, anyways, on to the next one. Next up is Darth Great, a name taken by former Jedi Ashard Het in the rebuilding of a new Sith Order. He rose to power about 130 years after the Battle of Yavin. Having witnessed the failure of the Jedi to prevent such calamities as the Clone Wars and the Yuuzhan Vong invasion, Het saw the Galactic Alliance as weak. Gaining knowledge from an ancient Sith holocron on Korriban, Het began to adopt the ways of the Sith and customize them, abolishing the restrictive rule of 2 in favor of the rule of 1, in which the overreaching Sith Order was paramount. Despite his hatred of the alien invaders, Krayt was among the first beings who openly accepted the bioengineering of the Yuuzhan Vong, using implants and grafts to augment his already formidable body. Krayt extended his lifespan by periodic stasis treatments while he grew his Sith Order. Over time, he forged an alliance with certain Moffs of the New Empire and set about to sabotage the Osis Project. With the galaxy horrified at the failure of Yuuzhan Vong biotechnology to rebuild planets, The Galactic Alliance and the Empire declared war against each other. Darth Krayt later pledged some of the Sith warriors to the Imperial cause and helped to ensure that Coruscant was recaptured by the Empire. He then overran the Jedi temples on Coruscant and Ossus before confronting Emperor Fel and killing the Imperial leadership. Darth Krayt took control of the galaxy, naming himself Emperor and declaring that the Sith were the ruling power. The effort to bring down Fel's empire, however, left him badly fatigued, and he was forced to reveal his second-in-command, Darth Warlock, that his Yuzan Vong enhanced body was failing. He began making pilgrimages to Korriban, where he hoped to consult with the spirits of the ancient Sith Lords who were buried in the Valley of the Jedi. Unfortunately, most of the spirits entombed on Korriban refused to recognize his right to claim the title of Sith Lord. Among the many insulated spirits was that of Darth Bane. Rather than try to get them to admit that they were wrong, Darth Krayt turned his anger into power, casting off their spirits and setting off to find other Sith lore. Darth Krayt and Darth Warlock continued to delve into the ancient Sith lore, hoping to find a cure for his condition. However, not even the efforts of the Jedi healer Hosk Trellis could stop the steady deterioration of his body. In a desperate act, the two Sith Lords considered bringing Cade Skywalker to Coruscant. The former Jedi had tapped into the dark side of the Force twice in order to heal his friends, and they believed that he might be able to bring Darth Krayt back from the Abyss. To ensure Skywalker's compliance, Darth Krayt ordered the capture and interrogation of Delia Blue and Jeriah Sin. Plans were made to hunt Skywalker down. Then Skywalker simply walked into the Sith domain to rescue Hosk Trellis. He was captured and brought before Krayt, who demanded that Cade help the Sith. When he refused, Skywalker was forced to watch as his friends were nearly consumed by mutated Yuzan Vong coral seeds that had been implanted in their bodies. Unable to bear this, Skywalker drew heavily on the dark side to heal them. Darth Krayt goaded the young man on, allowing Skywalker to draw even deeper on the dark side to eliminate the coral seeds. With his friend's sake, Skywalker agreed to help the Sith in exchange for their freedom. Alright, that's it for this one. Let's see. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe if you guys want to. It's free. You can always change your mind. Till next time, bye, and have a great day.